What's going on, boys and girls? What's up, world? Austin John Plays here, and today we're going to be talking about new Nintendo Switch models that are now in production. Also, guys, we are still doing a giveaway for a Nintendo Switch or $300 V-Shop credit. Be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video for more info. As reported by GameSpot.com, Nintendo moves production to Southeast Asia, and its updated Switch models reportedly move forward. Ooh. We've already heard rumors of new Nintendo Switch models, being the Mini, the Pro, and just an update of the current model Nintendo Switch. This has been a rumor that's been going back via the Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg for quite a long time, and a lot of investors for Nintendo believe that we would have seen a new hardware reveal at E3, while gamers like myself were doubtful. Officially, Nintendo has not addressed the possibility of new Nintendo Switch models coming out, although Nintendo did say that they would not announce the new systems during E3. But a new report from the Wall Street Journal published during E3 reveals some new details about these rumored new Switch models. Specifically, the report states that Nintendo's decided to move the manufacturing of the new consoles to Southeast Asia instead of China. This is a result of concerns about the potential United States tariffs on electronics made in China. As you may or may not know, the previous reality show current president of the United States, Donald Trump, he proposed an import tax of 25% that would impact game consoles as well as smartphones and computers. In theory, this could lead to the price increase on game consoles from Nintendo, as well as Microsoft and Sony. Obviously, they don't want to increase the price of the game consoles. In fact, as soon as a game console is announced and released, they try very hard to bring that price down and down and down to make it more accessible for the general audience. In fact, that's one of the reasons we believe that Nintendo would be coming out with a Switch Mini. It would be smaller, probably less powerful hardware, a smaller screen, maybe non-detachable Joy-Cons, and all that would cut the cost. If you want to hear more about what I think the Nintendo Switch Mini would look like, I'm going to have a card on the end screen, as well as probably in the top right later in the video. The alternative would be for Nintendo to absorb the cost, meaning that they need to pay $75 for every Nintendo Switch sold. However, that sucks, especially for Nintendo. If you may or may not know, when a game console comes out, the company usually doesn't make a lot of money on it. Instead, they generally rely on software and all the companies who are putting games out on the platform in order to make that money back. And while the margins to produce a game console do lower over time because of availability and advancements in technology, a 25% tariff would definitely suck. If the 25% tariff goes into effect for America, that could cut into the Switch's profit profile, which is likely why Nintendo has elected to move production of the console outside of China. I've even heard stories of manufacturers who produce stuff in China to then move it to a second location, keep it there for a while until it becomes a good of that nation, and then ship it out, which obviously that increases a few weeks to months in the importing process. However, you avoid the 25%, and then it becomes a balance of what's more expensive, 25% or the storage in that other country. According to the Wall Street Journal's report, Nintendo has already moved production of the existing Nintendo Switch model, as well as two new rumored ones, to Southeast Asia. Regarding the new systems, one is said to have a similar form factor to the existing model, but feature better components. That's very vague, with the other expected to have a different look and lower specs that make it less expensive. Given the systems are now reportedly in production, they could be released soon, according to the Wall Street Journal. Nintendo, of course, wanted nothing to say in the matter. That's apparently how always Nintendo is. They will literally say the day before they announce something, we have no plans to announce this, and then the day that they announce it, they're like, ta-da, we announced this. It's unclear when Nintendo may announce the new Nintendo Switch models, if they are indeed real. With no new hardware to discuss during its direct conference this week, Nintendo has made a series of software announcements, including Witcher 3 for Nintendo Switch and Breath of the Wild 2. We've already covered that here on the channel, and it seems like this article is now just kinda going off onto other things. I want to look back because it says the two new rumored models regarding the new systems, one is said to have a similar form factor and existing model but feature better components, and the other is expected to have a different look and lower specs, make it less expensive. That actually makes a lot of sense here. If we think about the Nintendo Switch and how it currently stands, all of the hardware inside of it is the exact same. And it still has the Tegra chip, which allows the exploit of hacking the Nintendo Switch extremely easy with a small piece of tinfoil on the right Joy-Con, covering pins 9 and 10. And then you put it into recovery mode, and then boom, you can hack your Nintendo Switch. It's literally that easy. You could do it in 35 seconds. Nintendo may want to cover up this exploit by using a different chip. While doing this, it would make sense for them to choose a slightly more powerful chip, but do I feel as though we're going to get a Pro model right out the gate? One that's much more powerful and or bigger? I don't think we're going to see that immediately. It would make a lot more sense from a business perspective to come out with the Switch Mini first, a system that not only is more portable and more comfortable for a younger audience, but it's more affordable. If you were to take the Nintendo Switch, remove the removable Joy-Cons so they're fixed to the console, maybe decrease the size of it from 7 inches down to about 5.5, 6 inches, similar to the size we see of iPhones. And they may also choose to not include a Nintendo Switch dock in this one bundle. They could bring the price effectively from $300 down to the range of $150 to $200. If they were to do that, they would help fill the gap that has been created by no longer making new games for the Nintendo 3DS, which in Nintendo's eyes has always been seen as a very cheap introductory way to get into gaming. You could pick up a 2DS with Mario Kart installed for, I think, $70, or I think there's even one with Mario Maker. The price difference between getting your hand on a 2DS and a 2DS XL is actually kind of dramatic. I believe this is more than double, or about double the price of a regular 2DS. And to be honest, the 2DS is really comfortable to hold. Also, when you're playing Pokemon, you could do L equals R, so you could literally just play the entire game like this and never have to use your right hand. Great for things you need to do with your right hand, like eating a sandwich or drinking G Fuel. I forgot to shake it and the bottom tastes like chalk. It would also make a lot of sense for Nintendo as a business move to make sure that the Switch Mini at a lower price point is released this year, before the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield. As longtime fans of the Pokemon series are getting ready for a Nintendo Switch, it may be a situation that they can't afford $300, that our household cannot for their kids at Christmas time, or if they have more than one child who they want to purchase this system for, now all of a sudden if you have 3 kids, you're dropping $900. Actually, including the games, you're dropping $1,080 plus tax for 3 Nintendo Switches and 3 copies of Sword or Shield. Compare that to if you were to purchase 3 Nintendo 2DSs and 3 copies of Pokemon Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, X, Y, Omega, Ruby, or Alpha Sapphire, and that costs a total of $360. Wow, exactly 1/3. So you can get 9 of these and 9 games for the price of 3 Nintendo Switches and 3 Sun or Sword or Shields. And that's probably a little bit more expensive of a Christmas than a lot of people would like. And while some games on the Nintendo Switch are definitely more group environments, such as Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and some of them fit very well in the dock settings, such as Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, and the large worlds that you explore, Pokemon has always been a very small, quiet, to-yourself sort of mentality of you gotta kind of just get to sit there and play a Pokemon game, which is nice, relaxing, and a very seldom experience. Is that the right word? Nope, that's not the right word. A very solo experience of just playing with yourself. So to recap, Nintendo's officially making consoles outside of China to avoid the tariffs to the United States, and while going through this whole production lineup to get ready to sell these Nintendo Switches and make these Nintendo Switches, they may also be switching up the hardware used in them and or coming up with brand new models. I'm excited to see if we have brand new Nintendo Switch Minis being released for this year. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is if they're released in multiple adorable colors. I need to catch them all, buy them all, whatever. So guys, I want to know your thoughts on the brand new Nintendo Switch models that are being produced, and if you would like a Nintendo Switch Mini, or if you just want the new Nintendo Switch to be slightly more powerful. Not a Pro, slightly more powerful. Leave a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. We are still doing a giveaway for a Nintendo Switch or $300 of eShop credits, as well as a copy of Pokemon Sword or Shield or Link's Awakening. Be sure to check the link down below. Until next time, Austin John out.